Brand, the car no brand. Bread, you watching a kunyo. Ishiraka neat et yefunina. Uzioma ADAKABRI or ribo, baby. The car no
Yes, or quite cherish you, and a sure charo quine. Penny no wire, yabo quite but to a sure. Uzioma ADAKABRI FRIMPONG MANSO. Watching a kunya, baby.
Ya mama home. Na ya mama tenase enso so. Every neat 100.9 FM so. And it's a year back mana swing. Na ene eye efiada. Ai na ayon bobo me ni da etoso me ensa. Na abodonko apa meet eye enson. Ya tenase ya na every neat 100.9 FM. From me ADAKABRI Mahmudu Oshioma. Emanti dwumadie na yede bremo. Oman ntini sami ne unyina da. Yahwehwe se yedie ebeba yakwam. Abusua oyire okunu oba ene nkwada no ene nsew nom ene anuanom ene wofanom se yedie ba yakwam mu a na akowie se yenkra ye ho ahare yen. Afi yahwehwe se yempotam nyina soso etie no ehon soso no yebenya yedie ewo na mpuntuo no etimi eba eye mansini ahodo mu a akwa wie se eye mantam no nyina no mpuntuo abamu afi wo mamu Ghana na yetimi anya mpuntuo so di abamu ni nyina ne se ye hwehwe se yie beto yie ama mpuntuo aba yakwan mu enu nti ene abesi adwa han mu a yebeyi pusamu akese memanti dwumadie na dwumadie anyini kwadwo da miado ena edimasi abonten production is in naso no fase ma Jerry osai ageman ena ebo ne chidom ai ansa ena na akua afiriye ono nso no o service emrante kwai emienu afi eye abna frema bankro sane mrane se mara michi mafa ono nso so no waye de benia wonto ehwe ama Facebook live eye YouTube ni nyina no beka ne se bibia ebekototin ama eye social media handles asiyeye enu akire no platform engineering group isuso ebeye den na nka watemene nti engineers no achuagbo yedana se worker yedana se otieko na najare yedana se na nabu agenso yedana se na fei yede aseda ama adasankroma ni asanem na ne atato se sempro afi facilities fo no nso so ai yahwe ne yede aseda so de ama wo mu big solo ena dada ena yaw ubrana ono so girlfriend yede frɛ no mapuna na fesu DJ Bosco ni nyina mu nso so no mails na yasane mrane se tetei yetna asia ensema yede ba edoso ansana no yenhwe Democrat ahodo no a edamanimu no na animu nsem fua no yenhwe se de besi aye no weekend crusading guide ana wode ebaye ose special prosecutor puts Sir John's estate on ice ose eye mpompo nsuo kwadwo nsuo afiriye Sir John ana ose ewudie yaka akire no special prosecutor no or say an idea or the nsa atu enti ebeko na yakwa akodwendwene CVM convener lampoons Dr. Mwakumba over VIP says Dr. Bawumia's contribution to the MPP and Ghana wetia Razak Kojopoku and na wabeka said Dr. Mwakumba nsem a worker ade efa aye Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Abawumia hono or say emwa Dr. Bawumia wadi abua o mamu Ghana any MPP no emuodu the Ghanaian publisher ana wadi we buy or say Asabi 7-point plan unity discipline women and youth empowerment or say aye Kuramantia Samuabuating na upper chairman of the New Patriotic Party ɔse ɛnoɔma nson ɛna ɔbɛtwe adwene de asi so na ɛkɔ a na akɔ yie de ama amanyɔkuo MPP. Privileges Committee mad at Adwoasafo and 2 others. Ɔse Ghanaian Parliament Privileges Committee no wɔne bu afu sɛ tam sɛ ɛyɛ Honorable Adwoasafo ɛne enipa emienu a ɛka ho. The Daily Statesman ɛna ɔse innovate, collaborate to develop. Bawumia charges local authorities. Ɔse ɛnɛ Ghana mampanyin na bɛdi akyire Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ɛna ɔka kyerɛ assembly foɔ no sɛ wɔn innovate na wɔn collaborate ne mpuntuo ntumi ɛma ne nyina ho ntɔ yɛn. $50 million DPS point commissioned at Kasua. Ɔse ne bulk power supply point ɛwɔ Kasua $50 million ɛna yakɔ akɔyɛ. Itina ayɛ sɛ wɔn nkanea no egyina so papa. Daily Dispatch ɛna wɔde aba. Ɔse leaders of planned armed demo must be condemned. NDC's Ablakwa. Ɔse Samuel Oku Jeto Ablakwa. And ɔse akandifoɔ a wɔn yɛ sɛ yɛkɔ akɔyɛ yɛkyerɛ bi. Yɛkɔ a yɛde ntonton ɛne yakodeɛ ɛbɛhye yɛ ho no. Awɔ sɛ obiara yɛde ɛtwe wɔn aboɔ so. Na yɛn ɛna wɔse Bawumia is MPP's best bet for 2024. Central Regions Kwame Duncan. Mapa. Kwame Duncan. Ɛna wɔde atu edwa. Ɔse nei sɛ MPP si yɛ pɛ baabi asi na 2024 wɔne abreki the 8 dia. Kwame Duncan say ɛyɛ His Excellency Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ɔno ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmode no yɛ den ɛkorɔ. The find the Democrat ɛna ɔde ɛbaayi. Ɔse 316 million MCC MIDA projects completed to provide more reliable, affordable electricity after losing 190 million grant over cancelled PDS contract. Ɔse nei America for ne kokofa sika ede ebaye na eye PDS eba se electricity yesi amo munya adwuma no America for ne ka se sika $190 million som de amaye no wo mo akwaye den wo mo atwam no mu twam mu a Ghana mpaba $316 million enyuma hudo a Millennium Challenge Corporation any MIDA development projects ni nyina no ɔse na yawie you start engagement with CSOs AGI others begin Monday and emabunu nyumakuo bi a yɛtete sɛ emabunu no ebema bibia aba yɛnsam o na yɛde akɔbɔ bra no aban no any community anasa civil society organizations Asia ɔne AGI so Asia adwuada da yanimi ana ombedi sa adwuma no. The informer the Obokrata no di we ebaye. Ɔse stolen identity. Desperation engulfs Alessegbefia group as it arranges secret meeting with Registrar General. Na odi mfonini miensa na odi abo informer nanim. Alessegbefia na oye bampo ado. Registrar General Jimaima Owari. Na ɔse Atamils Memorial Heritage na nnoma bi akoso ama wɔse Kwaku Anyodoho ɔhye sɛ ɛyɛ Atamils Institute na Alessegbefia sukodi animu bi akwakoye John Evans Atamils Memorial Heritage LPG no ɔse afede ahopopuo bi ɛna aba Alessegbefia ɛso. The Ghanaian Observer ɛna ɔde ɛbaaye ɔse boost for reliable electricity supply. Deep Bawumia commissions $50 million Kasua PSP. Ɔse Vice President Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ɛna a bulk supply point ɛwɔ Kasua wakɔ akɔ bie ano. Government assures Zoom line of support. Ɔse nei see betimi anya organic fertilizer ɛwɔ Ghana ha abra Ukraine Russian war ama fertilizer bi ma no aban ne say siawa Japan zoom lion aban ne beboa na o matimi aye fertilizer no dodo na yetimi di ama akuafo Daily Post akwankyerefo no Daily Post say ambulance saga. I never met or dealt with autoforcing in ambulance transaction. Yo, any case autoforcing honorable member. And yedna ko gina mra no nipa mienu ka ho. Say yakofa ambulance makoma akwaduasa. Ede aba eye Ghana ha ama akofa oka ene de abre eye Ghana aban. E kana ede abre Ghana aban no. We mu ena yede wo mo akwakogina eye court wo. Afedie eye oman no se okoyiri dance ni. Na oman ne dance ni a woyi no no. Yede ni kogina adaka mu a oman ne dance ni se me atofo sin mi nhia ne da. Atofo sin mi ne nye adwuma ba bia dada. Efa ambulance enhyehyɛ no ho. Eye dance ni we be kan say dia set night ho ahare kakra. Daily Searchlight. Where incident shows Kandapa's great vision. National Security Minister Kandapa ninsem bia wokan ye said o se atwe adwene edisi no ma bi so. O se nei ye de ababa wa bi ne abantie bi akwa mantam ni ye gwa wo mo no e wo wa Kandapa nsem bi adadie se naso e wo fom enti a oka esa. Amapia Ghanaian Chronicle ena wode aba monetization of politics in Ghana. Or say drag barons to take over parliament in the next few years. Former Gomua West MP Alexander Aban was a former member of parliament for Gomua West and was say nay yajiji sika kesiya ye to the many pebieno and check na shebedwum 1 year ye yenu bone hu nnwuma yenya ye hu say tam na ye de abata mo bi hunu say ye yenu mo no hu sika no omo ne beba betiti sika ma nkrofo am yatom abade ama wo mo no makwa kwotena parliament wo. I say Baumia charges mining firms to list on local stock exchange. Dr. Muhammad Baumia and okachire mining companies Ghana Stock Exchange no way ya mo so mo list wo kakra. The Herald Democrat and Ekasa or say politicians and men of God dish out 25 million state money to misery company or controversial national cathedral. Or say amanyekuo anase wani ye amanyosem 1 year ye amanyosem ane asofo ana akamu akofa o man sika million no aduonu enum 25 million Ghana cedis ena omode kwakoye national cathedral na Herald na susubio or say MPP's Amwakumba wants party to remain account only cause Baumia outsider who only came to serve Akufo-Addo was say Dr. Amwakumba and Wobeka say Dr. Muhammad Baumia on tintimi ewo amanyekuo MPP no emu na se amanyekuo no mpanimfo abete ye ho ase a Ghana mampanyini Nana Ado Danko Akufo-Addo ena okofa Dr. Muhammad Baumia said omra no mebua no na adwuma yesi wo beye no economic question into economic question dia obenya answer papa magana fo a na Dr. Muhammad Baumia a wo ye economist ena bebua no ama Dr. Emma Nana Ado Danko Akufo-Addo watimi anya mu aye papa bi ede ama Ghana fo. Daily Graphic ena wode aba or say Sir John's assets frozen. Office of Special Prosecutor moves to freeze those overseas. Was say ene Mary Ananiam Ponsa Chiroma Graphic. Ena or say wafakojo so mfriye. Ejapade ene de wo aye abrochire nyina no. Ya de benea. Ya de nsa atoso. Na graphic animu ha and was who maintains our medians. Say ya kwan na Central Reservation mfimfini na yɛgyade ato no ɛna yama emuafuo ɛna awawa timuo ɛna bela timuo ɛna akusie timuo ɛna graphic ibusa sɛ sa Central Reservation na yɛgya ma muafuo no kwan ɛna ɔhwɛ ɛna ɔmde photo no ɛde aba yan graphic na so no Dr. Akwete Institute of Democracy ADAK was say yan hyehyeye na Speaker of Parliament the base a pie ewa mrahwebedwamu a na nka speaker no ono no wanya casting vote na wabɛkyerɛ baabi a ɔwɔ Ghanaian Times ɛna ɔde ɛbaaye ɔsi fetish priest 35 kills wife daughter for God finds him guilty imprisoned for life wɔsi ɛyɛ kɔnfuo bi wakum ne yere ɛne ne baba sɛ ɛno na ɔde kɔpata ɛyɛ nananom ɛnei okɔgyina mmara no ɔnom wadifo ama yɛde no ɛkɔ akɔto afiase a wɔmpiebie wo Daily Guide ɛna wɔka ne sɛ AG files humongous trial papers ɔse Oliver Baker Bamawo ɛna wɔgyina ɛyɛ mmara no na sɛm a ɛwɔ court wɔ no ɛnɛ Attorney General ɔde nkrata ne nyinaa akɔ akɔgya Central Region MPP votes on Saturday ɛyɛ ɛkyina June 4 ɛna finfin mantom wɔn mo kɔ akɔto aba ɛyɛ Dr. Sibu anaasɛ ɛyɛ Owura Robert Kutin ne nyinaa emu ebepie na the Republic Press Indom goes wild ɔse papa kwesi Indom nani abre papa nani abre papa gusuneti neat 100.9 FM Anyini go da me ye masemi bi mame nanu ukuada uti dem ha ana me ne kwabna mafo so be kaya ana me kan se eye afimunie ta ba ku okuta me the number no abo empre mako nson okay tie ububu samsasa bobi ana me kan se mimi ofa afede na dia ba ana me se ebo empre nson no ade achiye ana me telephone number ana me use no eno nso so eboy ana jami da me keka na obi send me message e de aka house number ana me san eye da ebubo GPS na me bo number no ana me ka say car no the number no 44 wom 45 wom 16 wom me de me nka bi nhye mu padi go da bia nwumra no nson me wo ho a na obi asend me message say wo number card de na aboboy no asabo 44 45 wow. And I mean there man kasa them says we are sure and also enne 44 45 ukwada na nwumre o wase ukwada nwumre am 44 45 na asabo enura ya wo me koya metifo ebe so am ya konkon adania sami kan wo ba kodwa
too sure
45 44 no
wow that's serious
na dia na asianti kam
enti we na ma meti ase se loto no ye can say tricks trick in
but within 1 year number your friend saying
yes
8 times in
anti you be na hihye so be na hihye a kan mbo saa you be na hihye
44 45 16 I got 3 times
and ya okay go be san abo
bi
me na da
oba besia bi kodwa oba besia bi kodwa
wow
that's so surprising
serious
it's me basa
we just a fresh me oku no be you
that's my me kan akwani ye na was sending me message and was say I was listening to you this afternoon
wow
na number na boy no abo. And I'm saying, wow. And I'm saying, somebody was a 44, 45. In the minute, okay, I'm saying, wow, no, I'm a kind of. And I jammed him class when I'm saying,
I feel bedroom.
I feel me bedroom, quite and no possess money.
No, I'm trying to cancel it.
And yet, be back was what they quite taught your friend is saying, for transit.
Oh, no, say, a modu.
What I want you.
I'm going to say.
And then they tell me a forecaster. And me chair see a drink at here. Me chair pull out much.
And there's a more board.
Sir,
Hey,
it's just a number so much or two. The beer na sabo.
Yeah.
It's 44 no. And a 45 and a 16.
Okay.
So 44 and a 45 and a 16.
Yes.
And a 25 no.
Yeah,
And a
GPS
20. A GPS is Kwamekaini. With a telephone number. 20, 25 and a 16. It's Munko Trust and a messenger to all. It is here no 25 2016 about once a pair. And I just say a year 44 45 no about 8
times in a year.
In a year.
Let's say be a previous year's crabo na Yahweh.
Second since August 2014. August 2016.
16 yes.
It's not just a Sasakura na bonani.
I'm making. Hey. Samuel Kube you are not.
Just was said that. I don't know or this Ikaya Missa. My friend, I know people are here, mammy. Same way say dear.
Oh, okay.
Hey! Eti, na obi asu no aka se medin timi di bi bro. Mo adwia. Hey! Yengu swe na yenye interview. Maako bi. Na no bribu ahin beba na yen na di nkomo na no bribu ahin ne kasa ma se John abusuafo enti ono beba afi so yen maintenance engineer ba akoso bekasa na yen road engineer ba akoso so akasa na yenya ye honti ase wo no ma bi ho na yebebi phone line so na kafu kujo amega of the MPP obeba and Kenneth Kabukono ono so no of the NDC stock ono so beba na yetime adwendwene ye ho and obi send me message no say wo kutwa ne ade ato nra be de na sa ato ne ade ato ku ade de na sa ato what ya safu so de ebusa na obi afre be ebusa number ne bi opem right eti and I know obi bo ahe Nana ubri wahinga. Hey, asambe kreni. Imre. Mene nana amra me din kakra. Ehia umfidie ne wonsano adwuma na eba no se anadana Hamilton na ono na yede aseda ede ema no. Yenko ne ne qualified and practicing lawyer. Na ono kroya so no. Oye bus driver to the northeast of Ghana. Na Osanye Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Enkwatwe nkomo kakra. Nana obribu ahememwa ha.
Oka bus driver no to northeast. Nipa bebre mu.
Mampurusika.
Aha, mampurusika. Mampurusi train. Mampurusi azonto. Mampurusi paragia.
I love this.
Driver, yeah. Great. I mean, I'll cause sensation in this country.
And young one,
you know, honestly, I'll cause sensation. A man for me, political career there, will testify to that. Or a man pushing me. Or Tashiki. It's not take trouble from or Pastor Syria. Or Pastor Syria, no, Sigunium. No, no, my make up a decent chair. No, make up a decent chair. The mamma is also called Wesley Girls. No, mamma called Wesley Girls. Now, my treasure. Message in our media band said, in politics in Africa, you can be principled. You must be principled. And if you are very principled, a man for you, a man for you, pa. A man for you, a man for you, pa. Okay, now I can watch. People may feel offended by your comments. The man's true.
Now they not to be feel offended by your comment.
Sometimes people may be feel offended. Because we always say, I don't think I will say, oh, come and push. My short time, I'm saying, come and push. Obi like I said, I say, MPP, the end, that kind of say, you move it, baby line. Some people for, I'm far, baby line, and you have to see it the other. Mind the bet to my age, man. One of the selling some obeying Aquaba. One the betting my demon in when I had to selling some obeying Aquacom. And treasure me panning or making an obedient to a betting. But they're back up. Yes, I did too. Yet they're Abubano and Yaxalano. Yes, man.
Now, what's your dear Dr. Makumba? Walking can have say, oh, need everybody.
And I got an outside Makumba. I didn't have a Pukua Catherine. All the unknown Karen Jansen where did he? No, me, I'm not interested in a Makuba or a Razak Puku response. Let me be able to say, me as a matter of principle, MPP maybe as one, a 1 year, me didn't achieve. Na coupon in charge, me making an achieve. Me Kugu, the cock, Cosa, correct to send an adult, eventually, it didn't couldn't. Until I'm not shaming crying. And I'm also no, Obiano, me dinner here, and I'm a no bar. Na me could across, you see, I see. Nana don't be another one, but I know you do much. You did not watch it. You do a duachi. You did a cofuachi. You do much. But this one, me dear. Then I made an opera. And you were not there. Papa. Well, the enemy to Mumma, maybe. So this time around, because I think that I'm the end of my political career, and I've been consistent and honest and principled with my political stand in this country, and I must demonstrate to this generation, say yes, the better I'm on your son for ya, or Bribwa Henry, or the Mufia.
Nana, what the Romami Musa? Why no? What could you simple so me the answer no so to abamada.
About to be a mom.
What contest elections there?
Yeah, my contest elections. Why tell me more? I see second contest CSP.
Oh, Sunya Secondary School. That time no contest CSP na. Who winning?
Oh, I have ADAKABRI. When but this time I need prayer. And me, I could draw. And now we're gonna make the banner. Actually, maybe you. When you mean, you know, me should be inside. I'm the never. Me should be inside. Now, me yet. Not that you know, a cop about him. So once upon a time, will be by, or the flag bearer be by, or son and sat to second. Oko suku dem ko twere o ma me no papa be ko twere odini no wo crash one na be kuta wonsa so kwa no ba bisa nya akwa no bonidini ai papa ha me de no ba
so ma me ko sa ne se yes o papa hu ye na hia afi busa ka kola ni din se ya o ka o papa hu ya no wa bo wa fedi ama
no it's a very serious thing. And we must break the egg because we need to break the egg. And we are going to break the egg.
A dear Nama was settled on a year Mamprusi citizen.
I Niama Bebre, Mampusi. Bebre, but we are Mampusi.
And
MPP is the competence of the candidate. The marketability of the candidate. If I use the word, the winnability of the candidate. What's your share? I know.
Who can say marketability of the candidate? No. Miyamuso nana se uko ejum ana uko biabi na enwe ene wo ho na uko market bibia ubeto anka ana beto kwadu.
I know the other tongue.
they are nri na wo de abeton kwadu
obaton kwadu
enti akan dominated population beton dia ho
a question of akan da bomba hausa mampusi kusashi in the whole media meko madam them the candidate ba and I'm not candidate no it's a mampusi man
na in a Christian dominated voter roll what the when beba
na me dia ba na ji ekramoni
ya sempa
na me dia ba na ekramoni a Christian form kra bebrebe hia me abebo mabaso but a lawyer we do wo akokoduro wo ye bema na nkopon nkan ho ene me ba court 8 jaja kofa kumase ewie ya impayimfo bia o mo fe ya me na so se me de na no briboy ena me wie agona impayimfo bia o ma ba court e ya no ya be chiam lawyer wo no lawyer am sa ha lawyer wo no a Christopher nkramofo osonsomfo akramofo bi be di machi kramofo bi be ni machi a Christopher bi be di machi a Christopher bi ni ni machi osonsomfo bi be di machi osonsomfo bi be ni machi Buddhism bidim be di machi bidim be ni machi
enti
Baha'i fo bi be di machi bidim be ni machi Shintoism fo bi be di machi bidim be ni machi Confucianism fo bi be di machi bidim be ni machi Safa Jawar Rurani Savan Safanjis bi be di machi bidim be ni machi All Fellowship fo bi be di machi e bidim be ni machi Freemasonic Lodge fo bi be di machi bidim be ni machi Metaphysical Science Society for being bedi machi. Binu bedi machi. Theosophical Science Society for being bedi machi. Binu bedi machi. I am going to win. I'm going to break the 8 with my man pushing. Inshallah.
inshallah
The country me nyanko ponse enye sika. Enya hode enye japade. Me nyanko pon oma muso ntome. Oma sane ntome. Oma nkwanhia ntome. Oma menkwa. Na me nyanko pon asoma me se me meye no. Me beye.
Who raised the issue of marketability
and winnability
and then competence
suitability
and suitability and the marketing no enti no edien na wo de be market obi a aye dominated groupings no onka wo mo ho nanso so pese omunye gidie wo no mu na ni suitability ne ye adwuma na ne winnability ne ye adwuma eti dia na be market no
onu wa aton no wan wie bo dile na me moye round the bere ye campaign mobi eti dile na me moye onu wa aton no wan wie digitalization and digitalization no wa ma adibre ma nyina agidini aya me candidate ninti na ma Ghana south of the Sahara mutimidi mobile phone eyi sika free bank o Sunday free or Sankoto bank mini pana me de no ba no ono na apart from Rwanda de no kra na ye to the free bia Vodafone to MTN the mini pana on the amount say utimi the free MTN ko Vodafone o de call Electoral sha imi nyankopon wa ye wie mi nyankopon wa ye wie kra apim beto ha apim se beto ha nso nka me nipa amedo no ba no because e di ma fotiase our
etina na ne say u be require extra effort a explain ya kire o mo say listen we no
I'll do that. I will require extra effort. But any effort mean to me na any effort to be a nyankopon so ntimi ma me ahoden I didn't know after July no mama free and prepare quarter so me nyekro wi brawi
enti eno na be man wanya that extra effort say in a Christian dominated voter roll no ubenya that extra effort akacha say listen mumfa religion enton chain Christians munyina munya gidie emma me candidate no fi so ye winnable candidate enti notwithstanding so ye Muslim kwa no motoma no a obeba be deliver dia mo hwehwe no
why not why not I just say yes, we are Kremoni, we are Christosuni, we are Baha'i, we are Shintoism, we are Sikhism, we are Jainism. The young couple and young sort of because and your baby will be free, I'm using Mampusi just to give a vivid description of my candidate. I didn't hear.
Okay, yeah, suitability, no. I mean, suitability, no. At the end of the day, Nabeka in support of our session, FSR suitability, no.
Already suitable. You know, so now, man, but I don't want to jump the gun because Deputy General Secretary. Yen na ya ka se ma yen campaign o de wo ye nti na nka o twani ya kakra bia July end ye wuro August mu a
ye beto
na ba tra studio ho na advance ya medinu
and that's
me me candidate na mra na de na ba no me ba ye the MPP Deputy General Secretary ma go no office prekope and the deputy national officers me ko no office ma ko ni fi ba kope mi ko ni fi Otinifie, Nemtinifie, Mencon office, Otin office, Nemton office. Memory, I'm the neighbor. Me uncle Ponso yanked me. My bosom for yatram. Islam for yatram. Why for yatram? So I am bringing.
What in the
baby, bro?
ADAKABRI. What that Roma? Political life, Ure Suseki, you know. What contest election preno? That before say you beko final contest no. What step down preno? In preno was step down. Way who be catch your candidate in so step down at the last minute ana.
Wow, yes, sir. ADAKABRI, oh yes, sir. You can't just say I'll step down. Set you. Nyame ye no. Se hu nyame. Meni mraya. Because MPP o man san appointed Deputy General Secretary. Muyina mudi wa danse ne fata Deputy General Secretary ka bibi ani ho sa bemre men koto uba appoint na no ba appoint na me me pekuro wi brawi ADAKABRI. I'm concentrating on my candidate. I'm focusing on my candidate. I am bringing my candidate. MPP primaries to win presidential elections on NDC going to Nebisia. Me channel. And President Mahama Chamisam, Akaso Brubana, no Crani, they are Kukudro for, and no moment come or credit, and no moment dinner pin, our man, Yasim, our Biblium Hapa, in your Pican one, and Africa, the Dokoyan.
Nana, what the Roma? Recent time, Nana Komia. A great stalwart of the MPP and at present the managing director of state-run STC. What can I say? Yanshenanka Alani Baumia Yankonko shed them na ka kwan bi omi enu beba tickets no no momra. Owura Samuel Atachia, a criminal law specialist. Former minister, honorable member of parliament for a Buakwa Saf. Honestly, the Nanua Baba Tumubi, the Yanshe Nanka Baumia Alan, intimate Emra a ballot paper. No, so what do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, why not? Why not? When you have been cancer, somebody, the penny. Baumia, presidential, Atlanta Martin, vice president.
Oh, sir.
The penny.
How did you settle on Baumia presidential, Alan the running mate?
Oh, I've settled on some candidate in Baumia. Obviously, everything possible. Then it's a good decision. But in recent times, if we're monitoring the airwaves, the agitation also going around between Baumia and Canadian Japan. Then people are also talking of Baumia and Brian Champo. But no, Brian Champo is not going to run presidentially. Because some are also talking of Baumia Jogati. Nina, you were a cool bakum. But also Moka Baumia Alanchamate. Okay, Mr. Kodompian in Nuka.
What's it saying?
But I answer the Tomudabe.
But me and you, Nana.
As for Joseph coming, sit down.
Nana walking.
Then any
Baumia
of what so coming.
A year came. Say Baumia, Anna Udi Cambo, Amia Compre Coin Japan. Anna can Baumia, Anna Sambo, Brian Champon.
Brian Champon.
Anna can Baumia, and Abo Jogati. Inti, young fan say Baumia, Amia Compre Coin Japan. In from the central region, Asempa. Baumia, any a year Brian Champon from the eastern region, Asempa. Baumia and Joe Gatti from the central and western region, Asempa. Now we are not going to catch us for normally 2 million votes. No, what day, but none of the candidates.
Also, Joe Gatti, Brian, because I said Brian uncontested. That's uncontested. But all kinds of them. People are also talking about Baumia, Chairman Sabusi. Some are also talking about Baumia, Joe, Energy Minister.
Napo.
Yeah. In fact, I met somebody, all that young say, Obriboy, all the such a tonight, Baumia, Obriboy. Don't go there, no. I have a support base also, a serious support base in Ashanti region. You cannot talk of contemporary Ashanti region and Ashanti man without mentioning my name. Opa Komanshia. Look at it as a one and few boy. Manshia Ashanti man, every paramount chief is to owe allegiance to the golden stool. When he say yes, he's one of our lawyers and one of the stalwarts of Ashanti man.
But as another, as some of that one say, Edina will banding about in your own Odikai, Baumia and this, Baumia and that, Baumia and that. Nana, as some of that why you busan say, significantly, oh, quacoton product now, oh, quacoton. Quacoton in Akan and Christian dominated community. This are products, no, between Baumia. Between Jakon, between Chematin, between also Afriakoto. Why now Ubekwakoton or Christian Akan dominated population?
The choice of who is to be the flag I've got nothing to do. In honesty, a competent flag bearer, a serious flag bearer, I've got nothing to do with religious nomination.
Nana for flabber and say, oh, your product, okay, marketability. Would the fan say, a problem or your product?
The whole country, no great to say Brazil now. We could have about 70% colors crab with the Baumia.
I love that.
The whole country, I to say UAE, and I man, and I say, the say Saudi Arabia, I am dominated that with them Baumia.
What ye John Boadu in recent time okoye ne campaign na was we nya fediagro elections na moko enti nya matra makwa election bi na mobeko na wo ko election na wo ko break the 8 na watimi aye more historic atimi akọ wanim said ye enei abranti eboni se wuntumi wa break 8 na samba so wa break 4 na wo di sa nipa yi kwa wo se onkrofo no enipa no ho na Akan dominated Christian dominated marketer who ko break 8 no who hear that extra time say there be way on cut groupings no ho de ensosomo de monton fama no and you believe that you better do anana
seriously when we are discussing the competence, the capability, the marketability, the suitability, religion. Anybody free, any other country, and no yet. No one friend, one your friend, and then the environment to see the answer. The environment to see the answer. The idea to see the answer. One of them in the Cosanua, met him at Dim Queen. So, Ofria, Otia, what could you say, on course, you could that, and nobody is to see the who can deliver. And who is going to deliver? You know? I think that was a second and here to say Philippines and as Brazil, I could have about 75% of population galaxy Kurambua. Madame de Baumiaba. Ghana no yet to say Saudi Arabia, and Oman and Yemen. About 99% younger Mufugra, Madame de Baumiaba. I mean, Libya, Minka.
The main issue, no, the marketability.
The suitability, the competence, the capability, the affability. Affability.
Well, yeah. I tell you, the Akikan can
yeah, that's the panel. One make us out class, sub you, Mr. Kan. Look at that, you're not cry or sorry. Sub you, look at that, you're not cry or sorry. Who to know for? I think so. In human relations. Because I am not asked to wear a discussion. Minkasa way, you there be. Yamipamu, some cassetia, will be away in the t-shirt, obey MPP flag bearer. Remember, them party no MPP. Obia obeying t-shirt flag bearer piano. Competent enough to be a president of Ghana.
Nana Miensha marketability ne. 2020 elections. And there were 16 regions. Now you 16 regions. No? Yes, you 9 regions out of the 16. No? Upper West, Abedru. Upper East, Abedru. Northern region, Abedru. Savannah, Abedru. Oti, Abedru. Porter, Abedru. Bunu East, Abedru. Greater Accra, Abedru. Western North, Abedru. South 9 regions, Nana mami senti munima obiem. Upper West, Abedru. Upper East, Abedru. Northern, Abedru. Savannah, Abedru. Oti, Abedru. Porter, Abedru. Bunu East, Abedru. Greater Accra, Abedru. Western North, Abedru. Sa region and kunu we say no. Yabubo ye no. Na NDC nya 3,719,536. Tio nana. Yabubo sa 9 regions no. Na NDC nya 3,719,536. Na MPP swanya 2,568,244. MPP so no nya 2,568,244. Next says yabubo sa 9 regions no. Na NDC beat MPP 1,151,292. Afedi na net ye. E hwan say pe 10th region no and yede Asante region ebremo. Yede Asante region ba ye no. Enna MPP onya 824. Eye MPP yede Asante ba ye no. Onya 1,795,824. And NDC nyang 653,149. Anunti MPP BT NDC MPP BT NDC difference was Santio OBT 1,142,675. 1,142,675. Enti sa Ashanti region vote baako pe no a eba ye no OBT lead no a NDC nya wa 9 regions no ema onya jara and 8,617. Now when your regional we are highly populated ono nko ne de eba ye no a cancel 9 regions na would trail no am when your sister jara asida betimi ada no ne say ukofo obi afri outside of that region. No one for running mate free another region. Now we are. What Baba catch almost say, Omungusu, and from 2 million votes, and from one anana.
We go back into history. This tradition, the Dankwa Bujia Dombo traditional, the tradition owes a lot to Ashantis. But the same tradition also owes a lot to other regions. Other regions. 2020. Now look, Once again, controversial notion. NDC votes, and voter region, and then OT region combined. A new NDC votes in Ashanti. Let me repeat. NDC votes in the whole of voter region, the World Bank. And NDC votes in OT region. Ukambomwa. A new NDC votes are Onyanwo Ashanti man. I'm for the scribe on the NDC Rabangana. What do you make out of that? What do you make out of that? So it means that even the stronghold of MPP no crown. Stronghold of MPP in Ashanti no. It's actually a stronghold of NDC. MPP, let's hope it's all your votes now, 2029. MPP stronghold, Ashanti. NDC stronghold, Ashanti. And not in our way, NDC for super somebody, Quabanado for Ebano. And I know sorry, I'm not ready, or you know, you come say, when we share the fee. Nah, Omana Omanyan. Ashantis have done a lot for this tradition. Other regions have also done a lot for this tradition. No, when they were forming the UPNO, and ordinarily, Dombo should have been the leader. Because no one opposition party, Northern People's Party, maybe more, see more. But Dombo Jaffe, I'm on the Makofia Bufabuzia. Kofia Bufabuzia come, I said, Begum, you didn't kind. But I can't catch your Ashantis. And you know, but if you are politics, in the our generation, in 1977, Union government, a champ of trouble, but we are already Poto Pie Ashanti region. But we are already Poto Pie Ashanti region, followed by Bravo. So this issue of no way free her, no way free her. Now we clear, now we clear. Now we crash away, now we crash away. Now we to Brofo, I wish. Now we to Brofo, and you know, baby money. And you who can deliver, who will deliver, who is competent enough, who is capable enough, who is affable enough, who is suitable enough, who is marketable enough. ADAKABRI. Hana diamitia. Hana diamitia.
Enti nana
Polo Foko papa. No CPP. Or trans all I just CPP. Meko UP. But me papa. No UP from. I'm going to say na yiri man hwe. Anya sa me and okay. It's material. Foko papa for CPP ba UP or by Waba, he's a human being. Waba, but we have a free CPP, UP, no call CPP, and sorry. And if it also grab free CPP, it also of free CPP, no about UP. Aram Ponsa, Aram Ponsa, of free CPP, and about UP. Make a back of some money, put the bread back here. Aram Ponsa. Obara Samuel and your UPini. And this is chairman ya of free voter regional cabinet, Kwabanaji. Kwabanaji once contested on the ticket of the UNCOPMP. Oh, Bonnie Benwood, NDC year, MPP year, CPP year, BI year, Madam candidate eba. Mean choose me born year, Madam the Neba. When you so jargon, Medinova.
When you so jargon,
politics you have a year or money move this time. A baby, the candidate no Medinova.
What in a basso so?
The catcher so Nabaterobia Casaniano. Casa, local Yama, one channel, Caxamana, Niano. But this is a small age. And you have been Banner Casamana and Casamid Medinova. And I'm going to win. Right. I'm going to write history. Historians also record the history. And the Mampusi train will come. Mampusi train will take off. Mampusitue will be en route, and definitely is going to be Nkunimde.
Nkunimde nkwa.
Yeah, I'm David John Mahama better than such as Obi-Wan. No cream, Messiah, but name him Biblim. They were principled and honest and committed and dedicated politician be party so.
I just was a strategist. I was saying
strategist.
What also do or the about in the Beba?
Oh, they are about historian.
Say historian.
I'm a Chia Johnson. Maramuchi for you know, cracker and be
Papa Razi.
I'm going to cracker. ADAKABRI ran the commentary, no more running. Fifty ADAKABRI, Casa, 50 to the Munya ADAKABRI, no music.
No, and Rechi. And yeah, Kennedy Kwame a compre kwa Japan.
Yeah.
Ufre free America. Watch them ADAKABRI. Mebo means see for movie and you're ready. I made ya me yama kurano. Alan ain't me yama. And I'm saying Sawala. And the candidature of Kwame Akompre kwa Japan are grassroots nkwade so ani abrese ye pe no no odwene ho san obesemu dwana
Okay.
Obesemu dwana
I say that but it's good. It's a very good character. Na me dey kan no na me say MPP for no nyina ababa ba nyina bia ye pa but you can dey Japan dey ba conference ebinim say amene ne subante I don't know one person. That's a really pastor. Or somebody a muka much in pimping. No. Africa can like a chilling now. A tomorrow source. Some tomorrow source holding sensitive positions. Tomorrow source. We are paying now most of you. So, no one that said my own said. When you massive support, I'm not surprised. What I say, yeah, I'm not surprised.
You got your share a year the next poll. A beba latter part of July, right after a year national elections, a national officers election, now the next poll, tracking poll, a beba for the second quarter. Now, what's your expectation of Canada Japan vis-a-vis a year Alan and Dr. Baunia?
No comment. I'll comment on my candidate. Menko Kobidia. Media answer media mediumja. Kwana meko. Buruni bi no ko divially. Na kwa ko pelances. No ko maybe sana sana. Open lances. Ora nya on sohwe. Bara so oka kana so kokko ha. Oya den. Bara chesi kina. Na sa ta kokko sanye so amba. Bara chesi de. Bara menka mi yalumpo. Bara chesi Anoma, yes, on a man's on your ma. But I also am green. All the meeting. Always out of the channel. No, I'm not so much enamored about other candidates. I'm saying a very good. Obia a good flag bearer.
Okay.
Obia bet my demon and the Ganaso. But to be someone, Madame Medemenko Cabidia, Madame Meeting, Mampusi, Wale, Gambaga, Nalerugu, Midinja, Nico, and Canfon, and Canfase, Nachikaya, that's a Mumpia Piasso. Nachikaya, future.
What is saying?
Nachikaya, and I said Nachikaya. Choya, Matasi, Achia, Matana, Casamente. I tell the Chichico.
Na unko
na mpia plasona train obi amfrubi
na Afrikumase ko eye wale a na kire kwan ya obefa he
Kumase to wale
ai
over Kumase no akofa no manye wo kwesi akomandan akosi tetiman mi si tetiman mi dinga probodom tan obwase no makosi bupe mi dinga makodu tamale ndu tamale ya pesa mi ndu tamale krom na faro na bato no makofa forestry makwakwesi bolaga kwa no kwa makokrom no makofa station ho na so mi dinja no matra airport no mako savlegu beko diare makodu wale Idu wala mera madu e de pa no kwa chiam na yiri. Ma fa ni faso. Na ko gambaga. Na mpe ko na yiri ho. Na rengu. No ma duru. Mera ma be. No ma ba.
Enana why are there pa? Why are there? Ya ba ka na why are
mera ma ba.
Ai.
Mpa ma fa be kum so. Na sa me ko boko.
Anya.
Mpa ma fa ni faso. Na me ko burunku yo.
E dey na utiri mu ya yo dey say. Wale 25 miles from a burger. It wunya nuru burger. Into after
burger dey was soro. Burger was soro. Bidru wale no. Some prefer them could so confront Gambaga me call na lengu. Some kochana yiri makata nsa maaba ntabu ho.
No asabu wachi na fe no.
I'm probably mamachi. Metma fa na lengu sa ko si boko.
Uko fa na lengu ko si boko utira nye yi a nipa bi ahia wo. Ati ana enti brother.
Maybe your man pushing me mishana. Na kama mpushi kasa pe. Na ma jam hey na ma yira.
Ai. Na no tete wa yira. Agwa yira.
So the question ay boko a. Metma fa zebila. So zebila ta na man ko na ma ba fa bin kursi ma bi si bolaga.
Why ya de?
So me duru boko so a. Metma wura sako kulungungu.
Ai border town ho.
Border town.
Na fi wakwa kosi Rihanna.
Ma yemi geography ni nyina yo na da sem ka se me ko man preach na agro media na.
Debi nya agro. Nana.
Nya agro.
Enti it remains to be seen. Say
o
candidate.
Sama ka tell me nyango ponse. Enye sika. But no say no. O ma me anwodan. O ma musu to me. O ma san to me.
Yo.
Na time from fare.
Yo.
Na against for fare be say yes. Na ya juma pa.
Yani Nana Obri Buaheng. Oye qualified and practicing lawyer. And oye political strategist. And owo eye MPP stock. And aiding komo. Nane. Fine Nana you ready and I'm no akasa.
Am I ready?
Enti afeno o man prisi candidate yaba. Obedru ya NDC for so a file John Dramani Mahama.
Gonja.
Enti the spectacle of enipa mienu from the north. We prima MPP, we prima NDC. Such spectacle no. How would it impact on the security here in Ghana?
Oh, exactly. Only Gonja, nami ya mampusi. And say Gonja, Ghana, mampusi, Ghana, enia. Enia. That was the Mahama ya Madam Fu. Madam Fu, Ibrahim say ya Madam Fu. One people.
It is not for me, no air prayer. Ain't me impacted adversely on the security of the state of Ghana.
Ghana process for the Ghana soldier for one, you know. Ghana process for the soldier for Benia Motana. Anka British Commissioner because letter. On process, you know, I'm what the Yama. Or my Yuano, my Juano, Ukruma to my treasure. Away Yano, or Ukruma to my treasure. Oh, yeah, that's Ramity.
It's a very extra vigilance from the security services. Say you were the spectacle of true notness at the helm. I want more pre-presidency now. A very extra care from the security services.
Oh, it would, but you stage here, no. Where's me now? Motorcycle from Kojima maybe bagging. We see CCTV and a child.
Yes.
Oma mache Canadian lady obi fie CCTV na kachai nti anya the papisa but the point is that woman as for a security situation here I now I sad now over 50 of ben kubo of you ehia nti woman ya homo sokra
right abena na me nhwe what for you so free say John abusuan se okasama wo mo no kra na wahunu krata bia afri the special prosecutor ho aba or say specifically or no what freeze the assets of Kojoso Friana.
No, a person and early guide and graphic.
Nanati question here. Official communication be able to do some and I could deal with your phone some on which a special prosecutor actually say me gina Ghana mra we say so na eye kwadwo so afiri ya wa firi mo no medinensa ato na japade nyina etiase no wa hunu abusua na hunu bibisa wo so hunu bibisa
the best of my knowledge Dari
the newspapers na chiro
because manager kaso sukra kasa libe don hwere mi and kasa libe don hwere mi
na this idea of say special prosecutor say John owo dia defo obi odi na de wo da abusua bi mu say John wo ma ebi ni say wo na obribu ahenkura no wo kasa eyeden ede manui na yede na official paper bia mai obi mfa na ni huni abusua ni hunu bibi sa next of kin ehunu bibi sa na enso dabo ntene say yede ensa atokwadwo so afiri ye agapade so nana emremu no uhunu ne san
special prosecutor na juma mama yan question yan so mo bi some question trese asaba my manchepa yesi nkwana ba ma asaba dina asaba ma ya manchepa yesi nkwana ba ka asaba dina ana akwaba so so waka say yaki
badanai wadaromo said you sit to tree normal in pensiampo na asia yetimi ahwe say ya bon next of kin amane ansakra na ya bonipakro din say we free mu na ude na nantitie aya graphic na e kasai Mary Anani Amponsa na trauma graphic see the office of the special prosecutor has frozen the assets of former chief executive of the Forestry Commission, Kwadwo Owusu-Afriyie, popularly known as Sir John, as it continues investigations into allegations of unlawful acquisition of state lands. The action affects all assets mentioned in the will and final testament of Sir John. The office of the special prosecutor informed the Daily Graphic that the move was to prevent executors and beneficiaries of the late Sir John's will from dissipating his assets before investigations were completed. Na yemfa konkoma executors, yemfa krata konkoma beneficiary, yemfa krata konkoma next of kin odi ade no, yemfa krata na nose obribu ahi. Yet we are talking to Graphic. Papa.
Well, see, Mami kasakase. Mami, no. Ntina mikase. Asema biya nsheba maya machisa. Ma, because case you know, aspect biya kudiko. So file is over joining. Matanwa, it's a different thing altogether. But on file. So I don't really. Let's respect him. Let's respect his office. Let's respect him as an individual. We are sharing a cross. But yeah, the question be a baby say be a
but are we to encourage situations of the fact to say be fa obi ho? Yes, one no ya money. Ya digital bontre ni yeka.
ADAKABRI, we are not to do that. But I will not engage him also in a banter. Because you know, say Obodana ni mahubani. Na ya you share. Because when asemi etete. Say John Okoria asasi bu to motor force na baby. Say John Otto adie no ame. Ni Otto ye no ya krono adie baby. But remember sir, any officer ni akoka sir. All family or mama on there 180 meters of land. Okay.
I inu safuseni ni peace or troy no.
Good. Anubia na Sir John toy. Anubia. Anubia.
Anya say Forestry Commission so na dia asase ne ma all family no.
Ghana bana na de man. Nti bebreba ba kanyina. But we be against the transparency, we accountability. You my idea. Then the Uncle Camoyano, I was a John, Munian baby. I know PPA boss, you want to say, Onka said, Missika abandoned Santos. So, one cat, because an uncle, because the carbon is coming now, by drawing.
Aye.
Then a special prosecutor investigator, no, any.
Aye.
So,
Because they say Ubeka and then who take his move we say to stop beneficiaries from dissipating his assets before Nasa Mina Messi wo Nanka Messi at the Adiaman and one say fitting ya won't carry in Chile. A beer make us a bit back on Huma, Naka said, Munsru, so dear, where you're driving near what you're getting Munsru.
No, because me, actually, I've advised the family, Mumayan Casa, and you be Sabia. One year, no one, a cook cassette your opinion. The social prosecutor, you must respect that office. You must respect him.
You.
I don't know. From the ordinary, I can't, Maranson, until the man by Edma. Mobia and how we are. Woman, no, because you see, as a country, so like I said, you have discussed it. Argentina, President Mahama, one person, the minister of Fishing, comma or more, about 180 acres of land. That discussion also is a different thing. I agree. As a country, I'm afraid, we should yes, John per se, but quiet. I abana, because you will need compensation. Ma, whole family no. That's also could be the man, whole family no, on compassionate grounds. I mean, is that fair? That is not fair. You know, Africa, the don't do what we are. One Kobokrono, one Kophobia, the Otoy, Tieska. If you say, I don't fear me and son, when I got that one also is a different thing. That one also is a different thing.
You.
So you should look at the issue very well. People should not look at it out of emotions or sentiment.
Nana Miempensia say for the time being. Na
Wale,
Mamprusi.
Bye.
I love you, Nana. Nana Ubribuahin. Ena Utinini. Wale Mamprusi. Enti na wahunu se de esitie wale so ho vibrant papa e kura wusimu a yes ho vibrant papa wahwe na wetimi e de atoto enti the germane issue the marketability of whoever ubia presented the Ghana enti Ghana wa eto aba no say ye kwa kotoa ba ubusa say marketability ena ye kia dia na abehwe Ghana fo nyina MPP NDC CPP ni nyina na wo say would obi kwa na the key germane issue ne ye the marketability the marketability of the candidate na dia na abehwe Ebo Backman and ono so no why political analyst why MPP ni so odwa ono so yemusa na kakre mapo
yes
Ebo Backman na wote no
nyame na ademu
me right ye di nkomo na akodru say indeed if a political party were to present a candidate now we'll see the key issue is about the marketability of the candidate or the marketability of the product who belonging to the MPP stock. There was also share marketability of the product, marketability of the candidate.
ADAKABRI, I'm happy there the germane issue here, marketability. Any election beyond apart from internal elections, today my city called MPP. The MPP is electing officers. So the issue of marketability now, on play, it doesn't come to play when it comes to internal election. Because the year chairman we are, chairman with you. So he sits and manages the party within the confines of the party. Now, say ye be now a candidate. Now you are on the issue of marketability of the person is the most important thing. Because election in there, they have a fantastic idea. You can have all the ideas in this world. If you don't win an election, then my idea is into so power is the most important thing. Then because power is the most important thing, and share there, because marketability, it doesn't depend so much on the product. It depends so much on the nature of the market. Because, no more typical example, pork, or a very good product, if you go to Germany, the same pork, you can't go and sell pork in Saudi Arabia. So you see that the pork hasn't changed. It is the market difference, No, it's the pork, I cannot say ekana or what pork, and I want to. So the product itself is not the problem, but the nature of the market. In the argument in there, the MPP candidate, you have a market, which is the Ghanaian political market. So the question we need to ask ourselves as a political party is every delegate, and Ghana political market, Occident, and move the margin, a mistake. ADAKABRI, me give you a typical example before I proceed. Today, at a produce issue, bottled water, so you have a machine that only produces bottled water. Bottled water. Now, because of transfer into a new location. Now, when you move to a new location, you don't just begin to start to produce bottled water. I said that every bottled water machine is wrong. And then echo community, echo marketing, and then echo engagement, I say, echo wedding, I say, echo free, I say. And then one day, the one you put on engagement in a wedding, even in sooner one. So one, that's water. I said there. What bottle water making machine? A park is in check, and a cotton machine for or produce sachet water. So it is the market, not sure as I can. In your one one day, this is what I have. Therefore, this is what I have to say. Then open them up bottle. It is the people for your body in there. To oil or run. Or about me, or a jackal. Say, one using a yakoton or bataza, then you should know the market. And as I've always said, Ghana political market, let's be honest. And this one, nobody can challenge. First, the first thing you can say is that the market is account dominated. Nobody can challenge it. It's account dominated. Because in Ghana, here, account we have 47.5%. It is a cotton hazard. You need to have such people in mind that even products in the Moto Kobonda account for easily. Because politics is about talking. For example, I have a candidate on Jim Kaka. No, Wabra is going to account for those. You pick a candidate that can easily connect to this group of people who are Ghana. Only one. Two, the market is dominated by people of one particular faith. The Christians in Ghana are over 70%. So in the product now, Kotana, it is someone there. No one is a million number Kotana. The Christians on the political market, you know, overtalk easily because the better what on top name is gonna coffee. The better what on top name your power. So you pick a candidate who can easily connect with this group here where you're over 70% of Ghana population. Only important. Because nobody can change it. The third one, on the day, Ghana political market. According to last census, 50.7 of Ghana's population. This is really a candidate. You consider. Let me point it out again. When you are electing national chairman or general secretary, you don't consider how many women do you have in Ghana, because that one is internal. But once it becomes external, that after you have elected a person, also they are turning the deal, then you take into consideration then. Ghana, even candidates, our message be, our personality be, our track record be, to wash shampoo, now what to Obama, because are very important. So that is also one issue as a political strategist, you know. You don't ignore such things. Only if you are Ghana, political market, the most active member on the market, only youth. Youth, you know, with the marketing, I put in power. Obey demonstration of Ghana, youth, you know what? Youth unemployment is a major issue. They have got political key speech, political rally. What are you? No, what's the market? So when you are electing a candidate, it is someone there. One man is a millionaire. Let's say you marketing that because of the message, because of the track record. Obutum now what convince you to know my ways in nature. But in Ghana, the major issue in Ghana is youth unemployment. So what means if you're a candidate, be not a candidate, you know, or you're Obutum now one my youth name, just one the Obama on a Juma. It is good to the it's good for the party. But just so you look for a candidate that can connect with the youth. But youth, what is brought me? When the casa me, it's youth no what should there? In Penfosse, so what's Obama or Tama? Bisenism. Is what should there? In Porca there, Obama me a dream my iron. Nara, not track record is that. Oh, yeah, one ma, a Juma Dana. Oh, yeah, why you big George there? Or what to one my young Jumana? I know busy nature. And then there, Baby come for a promises, Kakena, will be the these days, you know, Ghanaian youth are very white. Until then, kind of politics, you know, in the social media, people are well informed. So they won't just follow what you say. They would dig you to know whether you have something to offer practically. You see, when it comes to marketability of a candidate, that should be the topmost priority of any political party. You don't just pick a candidate to satisfy a geographical need. No, we don't do that. Or to satisfy a group of people's needs. You pick a candidate to win election. Then the election is, you know, or your marketing is not what to about. So your candidate must be someone who can appeal to the Christian community, to the account community, to the women community, and to the youth community. Any candidate that has but be and also one shot, 1 2 many big or no. He don't present the candidate at all because it wouldn't make sense at all. You see, at the Cabra, MP people, they should know this.
I just said
2016.
Sir, okay, go ahead.
2016. Something worked for MPP. Economic lectures, economic speeches. For year Juma MPP. 2024. The man is not here Juma MPP. Because some of them, some are MPP kind, you know. Yelling yan with my. In some people, I think I better say you are what I'm going for the TV. So economic speeches and lectures will not matter much in the next election. If MPP want pick good candidates, their vote in Ashanti region will go down. Their vote in the Akan community will go down. Their vote in the Christian community will go down. And when your vote go down in these key areas here, things are going to opposition. Because MPP, as we know now, let's face it, we have lost something. Yeah, baby. Yeah, something on my MPP. Oh yeah, somehow more attractive than NDC. We need to get that in back, and it also depends the kind of candidate they represent. So it is not just about presenting any candidate and believing that Ghanaians will vote for. No, not.
Enti ebo Backman. Say yenhwe sa 4 areas yi.
Yeah.
Na market no Christian dominated.
Yes.
Akan dominated.
Yes.
Women dominated.
Yes.
Youth dominated.
Yes.
Enti so wo fa na mako from the rear. Na wo dey attract the youth onto your fold.
Yeah, they used to know that I'm a kind. Nana, this have been Sabia, I've been Sabia on Yeduma, and also the Sabia on Yeduma. As they don't know here, Ijuma, Nesika. A candidate, Obutum Nawama, Ghana from Mbabun, where would they? Obutum the Jumano. It will be their candidate. Because my phone to shine me. You know, why there? Every rally they keep meeting it. If you have a defender command you. If you have to bear 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, that's an that is nothing. When you be a sober, if you Juma, and I've been saying if they will look for a candidate, our track record. And yeah, I will do. If you look at that, my the Mazida, only share only the Amam Tumna, Madam Obur, and I'm Austin, Mamayan, on Washington. And so MPP must consider that when they are selecting a presidential candidate. A presidential candidate. And as I've said, you know, the factors are you consider in voting for national chairman or general secretary or a different factor. And I decided to vote for national chairman because of my contract. And also and also I don't know envelope cafe. I can decide to vote for a regional chairman because he gave me the party's envelope. But when we are voting for a presidential candidate or a parliamentary candidate, also then when they get to Abama, the issue to look for only the marketability of the candidate, whether he is suitable for the market or not. And so that is the main issue.
About Backman, now they attract the women into your fold.
Yeah, ADAKABRI. You see, Ghana call any microfinance or social company, naturally one customer. About 80% of these groups in one customer is your image. Mesiafo oyebia wo bo won ho bozin pa sika bo won sema nti mesiafo no anytime I want to sika bia wo dey all the makadama man can negative way man can positive way for women what sika bia wo dey na wo bo won ho bozin so egwa ya obi no wo digwa nti say inyo bi na say okita message bia offer igwazin ho ani pa kono so over record bia ogbono mbozin wo igwazin ho eduma ho a damani pa kono obutum na wa track women no easily ono go ya do ho iriya so a this be say dia imesiafo wash as the crew be fu ho pa wash personality is not only the physical structure. What should you perform? Mr. Back now, Brate Nizamayemu Nikasemu. They look for the physical personality and also the ones that we cannot easily see. Now, if in your candidate, okay, it's a very good personality, okay, it's a very good message that can easily connect to the women, it will be an advantage to the party. In the MPP, one customer vision, one candidate, okay, a message offer Sikasamo, message offer Iguazum, and ask you for so, no suban, now brass, Nanabra Wabon, or Yaza, or Yembeta for a corner. Because Wobra Ebono, one of Brasil, the winning for Bien, so all you be a corner, a tosha or because if yes, you are Canada. Maka in those days, they will say, I haven't seen the support and this also runners or sword or a baby. But the for the time now, but the for the time, the same thing happens. Are you getting it? Or your advantage you can have. That does not mean that so being Kita, that much huge personality not to win election. No, but I'm saying that it can give you an advantage against your opponent. So that is one thing you also have to consider.
Now, in the account-dominated market, where you state say data suggests that accounts are just under 50% of the population. If you are to market and attract persons of the account extractioner, would you not any Obekan say on two or more akano on the other side of the 50%? No, who alienate you on two or more free home.
The echo, I catch a chain quarter. Let's say HBR, as a chain to and son a portion of say, I should be BSI, Chasu, but elbow, but my wolf and elbow who benefit. Nazosa as a world to more a whom, your friend a whom, but or outside if you know. And what's up to do there? Listen to say they being
already in the basket.
Yes, already in the basket. So you have in Samanfu of your one across the world, all democracies in the world. Whenever a group of people find themselves in a community where a majority are, that propensity to lead, you know, it comes naturally because we feel that say so that thing will always give an advantage to your political party. MPP ne on any account. It's a mama the man some now account party. So what can I can't party and I can free 5% to Ghana, then you can have a problem. But what's the I can't party? Not I can free almost half of Ghana's population. Then it's an advantage. And see, your candidate might be somebody who can connect with these people when you're almost half of Ghana's population. How do you connect? The Kijina Iguaya, let's go to my company, Obobo. And yet, Obaka Sebi no be translate. If you can directly connect to the people through communication, Obobo. The Kijina Kumasi, let's go to Akasa. Also, Obobo. And Ghana, Hano, about 80% of Ghanaians was Akan Kasa. It is our radio station, Nupona Kasa, to Akan Kasa, no, fluently. At that point in time, you are speaking to about 80% of Ghanaians. You see, having a candidate who can easily connect to Akan to win their support, to win their vote, it is more important for any political party. You downplay this at your own peril. Because if you don't take time, and that's kind of I can't get there, I can't put. It's the answer for a different person. Let me tell you something. Do you know that PNC candidate would definitely come from the north? Do you know that the NDC candidate would definitely come from the north? So what advantage would MPP get by also choosing a candidate from the north? No advantage. So politically, you have to be smart. Let them pick north, pick south. And when I domination, but that's not going to be. So you don't just elect a candidate. You need to do all these analysis. Let's strategically know. I pick a candidate. Let me give you another example. If you pick a candidate from the north, NDC were strong or not. So let me talk about MPP NDC. Mahama will certainly have advantage over Dr. Baumia in the north. And Obiani. There's no way we can beat them in the north. But when they come to the south, Mahama can have advantage over Dr. Baumia. Do you know why?
Tell us.
Because Mahama belongs to a group of where over 70% of Ghana population. That is a Christian community. So he can easily, through his messages, and and this is a propaganda machine. Through propaganda and their messages, they can cut the Christian community behind them. And then I'm asking, if you go to Saudi Arabia, if you go to Senegal, no party will pick a candidate who is not a Muslim. Not because they don't love Muslims. Not because they don't like Christians. But because politically it doesn't make sense. Because politics is a game of numbers. So you don't, a Senegal political party will not pick a Christian candidate and expect to win an election. It is like that. Go to India. They always pick a Hindu person. Wherever people find themselves dominating, they will always want to dominate. That is the human nature. So the Christians in Ghana, it will be difficult for anybody to tell me, convince me that strategically, it will be wise for MPP to pick a non-Akan candidate when the country is dominated by Akan, to pick a non-Christian candidate when the country is dominated by Christian. It doesn't make sense. Politically, it doesn't make sense. Unless you don't want to win an election. Maybe the MPP would want to present the candidate for somebody to say, oh, MPP is now a national party. They pick non-Akan person. They pick non-Christian person. Blah, blah, blah. All those things, then it may be good for you. But it will take you into opposition. It will take you into opposition. Because MPP today is not as attractive as it used to be. Let's face it. Things are not the way they used to be. Let's face it.
So if any attractive as it used to be now, you wouldn't expect to create a tall order for yourself.
Yes, you don't. You don't build a wall which is taller than you and try to jump over it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Tell us again. Tell us again.
You do easy things. As much as but then for cuckoo say bodu. That's no. I want them for cocoa. Now put for them for the mutuma for cocoa. That doesn't make sense. When you can easily walk to your destination. It doesn't make sense. So NPP can easily win elections. I'm telling you, next election. if they pick the right candidate, because the candidate will have serious advantage over Mahama. But if they pick the wrong candidate, Mahama will have serious advantage over that candidate.
Enti
Let's be honest.
so yene owura Ebo Backman we political analyst and nkomo, and we should own up say a member of the New Patriotic Party and yene nkomo. Enti Ebo Backman se ukọ baby a enre ene wo hɔ a ubeton kwadu ana ubeton anka.
Yeah, ADAKABRI. The marketability issue is a famine up. You can't go from the market determines what to produce. The echo baby, actually, a guano donor, national panade. If metaphorically, if Ghana is a monkey sanctuary, where we know that a monkey sanctuary is dominated by monkeys. Let's say a ton VB to attract a monkey. You have banana in your pocket, you have apple or maybe orange in your pocket. Next, I want to prove a point. Because first in there, the on banana, I do reject. But I want to prove a point today. I can use orange to catch a monkey. Why? To prove this point. Why should you prove this point? When you have banana in your pocket. Why do you struggle to catch monkey with orange or apple when you have banana?
It is here to ask me, I see here. So when you have the banana there, then it's not necessary, say, would a apple and answer orange and a coche a monkey, no. You rather have to say, would a banana and a banana.
Exactly. Because ADAKABRI, about the education, a potential do. I do. I don't say, I don't know. I don't know. What can I do? Let's answer. So you give what the Adu easily buy and catch it. You don't try to prove a point. There, we want to set the record there. I mean, but I'm set the record there. I'm the first person who showed apple and orange to Adu. Never decided them as apple, number the child do. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Politically, it doesn't make sense.
You know this. Obibe describe will say you are being tribalistic.
ADAKABRI, I was in tribalistic. Even as on tribalistic. Thereby, I can area. And I can't focus on what to do. They're connecting part of Ghana. And you're not touching on what to do. They're mixing. But echo, I said, echo, also echo a poor man, I said for Habema. Iginetia, a budget is very down Bumko. But there are any man, nobody is Gabia, Sinicity. May a politician. Let me consider tribal factor in my decision making. It doesn't make me a tribalistic. It makes me a white politician. Because my business is to need power. When the power comes, I can easy be. I easy be. I not now easy be. The most important thing there, even a corner I have I enter back the power. So the one who can help us get power easily, no. And so on Yaga, they make a okay, say MPP, so what for example, it means they are being tribalistic. What kind of argument is this? The thing is that if Oral and Chamate can help you to win power easily, when the power comes at the table, no, and you can focus on better no. And we're for better no hobby. And can for better no hobby. But that's what I'm saying. It is fun. It's on your issue of tribal politics at all. Or you are being strategic and wise as a political party.
So is it like being tribalistic, be it ethnocentric, ethnicity-related issues? You know? Are those unsaid things here in Ghana now?
But the question again.
immediately I walk away pet, then somebody says, we are tribalistic. And ye be a young cow Ghana Hana.
I mean, I have had occasion now, many confusing common. And when you read this situation, Nation and confront Kade, they are being tribalistic. And when you get the time to explain to them well, they understand. The on your issue of tribalism or being tribalistic, on your issue of being smart, on your issue of being smart. But that's what I'm And politics is about smartness. For example, why there? Since 92. Apart from a typical tape poster, tape post, Obialen being to tape poster. In fact, a tape post, you know one who tape post and answer tape post and chala. Ever want to about more. It happened to Kobia Champo. And see, I better the tape post where then. Politics is or practical to or theoretical. And see, why there? A typical area you are. We want to pick a candidate from that area. Doesn't mean you are being tribalistic. No. For example, Menchia. If you go to Menchia, even can you never say? A bit more and a bit friendly. You see, these are practical politics. And see, the man on that you are being tribalistic, you are being smart because you feel there, this one will give you more votes because politics is a game of numbers. So you think in terms of numbers and you act in terms of numbers. That is politics.
Right. Mr. Bobakman, yeah, there was any one so somewhere or the Amaya.
ADAKABRI, some of that. Now, we're showing him there. My boss still living for me.
I may invite you. I may invite you. Aye.
Okay.
Okay then. Right. Ebo Backman, a teacher ni political analyst, and say or they ever say Ghanaian population no dominated by women, dominated by youth, dominated by Akans, dominated by Christians. And until some market or candidate now the candidate will be me attract that grouping see now what the number. Who should you need? 100.9 FM. Na yako yenimuno. Other interviews so o share graphic animu ha say. O say who maintains our medians? Who maintains our medians? Say ekwan ahodo a ewo Ghana ha yaye na ye just central reservation no de ato ho. Obusa say that central reservation ye jade ato wen. Kwan e na ye na sede say obehwe asiesi ho. Owie say Tautos miensa graphic dia ba nyina no central reservation no emu afu do ni odie eno na graphic ibusa say who maintains our medians enti ehonsam ebeba akwanya so beba ebebie phone line no na yetime edi nkomo Kulu Ghana na ode enipa bi de brayin Kulu Ghana ode honcho capsules de aba say enei obi wo urinary disorder prostate problems ni nyina ne say Kulu Ghana na ode honcho capsules de aba Kulu Ghana honcho capsules no over the counter medical shop bia ana chemist ana pharmacy bia no ubenya honcho capsules ewo hono enti honcho capsules no eno na this prostate no na yankoi na who maintains our medians no na yene engineer Isaka Amonkoti enkonkotwetwe enkomo ekakra oye maintenance engineer Isaka Amonkoti yamwa
Mejozominia
na humpo etisen right in today's edition of graphic ana ode photos diaba central reservations of various roads fu ade oni ho de ana shoulders of the road esusu fu ani ho de and most of them no yeni pedestrian section bia obi betimi anante ede afawo na ban say dia as a maintenance engineer e be dika ba bebusaw what do you make of sir story or graphic dia be
well now follow under routine maintenance. But routine maintenance, no bit out there a highway for the say district assembly there. Because roads need to a highways for and maintain. And I do a near the assemblies no. And the ceremonial routes route ni be a war Accra baby no. No one say assemblies no SSO adwuma. Na eba highways na say N1, N2, N3, N4 up to N6 no. Highway for routine maintenance. And the young highway for now, budget way, a bit free road tools, and then also Yachamu. And this assembly is also almost a routine maintenance, a follow on the routine maintenance in terms of revenue. Na Omodia. And if you say in our system, I think we're going to have these problems as to who takes care of what. Because who assign the contractor, I'm going to say so cleaning roads now. Apart from daily sweeping, there are shrubs and weeds that also grows within the road setup. I know now I had a was an anthrophobic and Murano. You don't know how the routine maintenance arrangement is. I think now according to Akoba problems are there. People are parks and garden for the follow and down decoration, in Kaka. When you go to ceremony BBC, maybe a 6 March and a BBC. Now, going to have for years, cleaning normally painting the necessary areas as well, painting normally them. It is between the assemblies and the highways.
Citizens, do they need to care? Say a highway so, say assembly, than say on nam a year arterial road so, na lightning anyhow. Na overgrown weed and Gulf Central Reservation any has shoulder no. Yeah, name.
Well, yes, it is in really I don't support people talking about communal labor because a middle income nation is a Ghana and upscale to middle income no. Now you use communal labor. It's too barbaric. It should be routine maintenance, and somebody must follow it, supervise it. There, the work that has been given to Mr. Soso and Sono, it is being done to perfection. But I don't know where I'm going. And many people so come details, but it's assigned to party people, I mean, it has been like that since day one. And you also party chairman, party one, your pen or then the one says, when we do things like that, these are the results that we're going to get.
It is a
very simple. That is why we appoint people into offices. And if you are follow under your jurisdiction to do the cleaning and then see to it say routine maintenance, because maybe I way and yeah baby a snow and baby nafa yeah baby we are any issue starting to say no move for any. It is if we don't have budget to run routine maintenance, then I don't know what we are doing in offices. Yeah, because you have to see to it trees in Ukraine with cutting and yes we chop tree up, but you cut it, crop it in a way say and cause havoc during rains. But it means now boom na book castle, I talk castle and I baby. About to nipa ni red class
or adwuma yɛ.
Na when you teach say ɛyɛ adwuma say ye money anaasɛ yɛ kyɛ ye do ye de langa na ye de mowa when you say yentimi enye
Sɛ ne nyinaa yɛ sika o ɔba.
o sɛ nko a
2 kilometer stretch ɛne yɛde ama wo sɛ yɛ every month no make sure say a high tidy yɛbɛtua wo sei na arrangement arrangement ɛda hɔ you have to do it but we are interested in cashing the check but not the work because nobody is controlling it.
Because what me a major highway gang of 4 na wage a hono mo de kwa kaso a enso ito a etwi anwea de ba na yasan ja overgrown weed pokuase e de ko nsomam the same thing what they call aburi tese ye de sika ye kwan no se ye befa so akwa na mo ye maintain ana
Sentina maybe that maintenance budget no you be free because the road tolls in there they buy Benin is a finance minister said that the Cardia Mamo say because that is why the road tolls were put in place for routine maintenance.
And then you e-levy and then me de 2,000 per a day kwako mo bi me 37 cities 50%.
Let's say 11 that pay na by 11 is na on the target. You chere de be you mark no money nyama bi e ka se de be ye. Nti who they are not to no so dia I don't know why the minister rush in taking off the tools because it's any routine maintenance and or the ones can be.
Answer na be kono ma yenye wadwene so kakrai. Viral video be aba gentleman be recently arrived from abroad. Ostensibly say obe pisika no wasan ako. Was say o nkwala 12 wone various women and I was nkwala 12 no. Enti was select emu mienu say wo mo de odo mo beji sika duro. Sika na ba na wasan akotana na brochi no de bi ahwe na yire ne mma no ne ade. Enti wetimi akọ I'm a very innocent, pretty child. I find a free school, ostensibly so I could talk a year diamano, new clothing at the amano. A brass na or dear Waka young hobwa, I call herbalist beyond them. Oberman 10,000, but the dear no say 10,000. Masandi Aqualano as a piece. Na get me a kumakalana the air Yankumadi. Now when you sika. I say, looking at it, I say, I was seeing Gumbisa. But then, a him from the address say,
well, me share, and you may fence in Suri Betoya, Yada in Shato, Ebetoyana, will be a Michelle Mipunos, not a basso. Now, we know me between Bacono and Man say, we know a film now, actia, now say a reality. I see baby. What is it? Ghana and Seminole. Oh, the video here. What we are or what customer in us for. Go food. Say, Asma, see, yeah, cows. Them stabbing out with mammy. And then your hand in say, Kopobidi, a video be about. There will be a Mabia CB Obakaya. Na yese yampa yese nyapa yese sini enti nsemi bi wo ho a mi hu police report no na behwa de makabat de mi hu ye ne de se yampa se obi so adwene no no a then we have a lot of work to do as Ghanaians and now say the whole world we still have some work to do because the nipa bi adwene ye won say your means of making money through that way say ye got kum nipa agini moja koye bibi amionye sika. If that is the thinking of human beings then we have a lot of work to do as human beings because me who baby any ni biawo as in say sika ya printe ewo machine through work, and then you are paid. Now I can hear say that Ghana you to go on. O de ukukumu bia ubenya ebibe free baby aba. I don't get it. That's what we are approaching. And what now approaching that is how they are making money. And I say, Ubi friend has that is how we make money. So money is printed somewhere in the printing shop. And central government, through other means, economic means, say, who the economic gift wasum, say, who has money if you are asum, who in the moon say, who the 00 bit make a count, maybe you are, I bet you are. So, how do you kill somebody for this money? Say, go there, who go to now be our catch-up, say, work from, until you need to kill somebody. Maybe I can even appreciate it. But, wait, just wait there, and it's kind of Ghana must go now, the buyer, or end day. Papa didn't have one, not be woman, I said, or corona be good. I don't get it. Until I look at it, let's look at it from the film, and then we go deep into it. Then the criminologists can now help us sit the person down, read him, get his whatever is in his coconut, for us to appreciate that there were human beings that they believe in this. Because I don't understand
it. So what's not brooch there? But me, I can say, and ye man who are brooch, want to walk back on a bajisic address, aqua brooch, the water.
Anything I meant to because it doesn't work like that. Somebody sat down, manufactured plane, walk off at media ba, I call the abba, said me there may sacrifice will be. And again, books, and I read you to that. Say you have to sacrifice human beings. Anyway, sometimes you watch TV and you listen to some of these quack pastors on radio. Then it means there's more to it than what we know. Because my sister is in Kofobi toes. And I asked her, no, you told them now they are there. But they say they are paid some sum of money for doing that.
The spectacle of say nipa no wako herbalist no ho na wate ase niama no white calico na wode atwa na sere na nikukuo si nanim na wate akonwa so na akoda no so wode nakọ akọfe the free school no de ne kwaji skadu de akoda so akotena saso innocently akolate onom, and then police approaches from behind with the child's mother na ya costo abrantie no hankofo no na under 12-year-old child ono so no ya di video esi no so a ese ye ko busa na sem. Such a drama. Are we to encourage it?
That is why I see it as one of those Nigerian films. And I want to see the police. Now we have the IGP who always comes up with a write-up. So the police can convince me that, yes, it really happened. Then we have to find out what is in that man's head and people who think like him. Whether it is possible, apart from magicians, whether it is feasible and passes through these means, then we can all discuss it. But at this stage, and any bread and a copper we are back because those things that cause market failure, inheritance of corrupt properties, one of the factors of failure of the market. Because a binum advantage is a binum. If some people think, say, na ama won anyasika in the community, I'm afraid it is unacceptable.
Right. Isaka Amonkote, maintenance engineer. Yɛde wase ɛne
meda wase meto nka na akyɛ
wadaro ma beteme nka sesi a wakɔ akyiri wɔka price na me ne wa afi ukokodi ɛtoɔ no ho ahɔ no mu a wo candidate no preference ma miefua ukodi ma miefua hɔ no mu a ɛbɛde no me ho
na so twem wa hade bia kokumase
ai ate meba right Isaka Monkote maintenance engineer ana yene na di enkomo daily graphic of today Friday June 3 2022 ana wode story ede aba or say who maintains our medians central reservations ahodo na ewokwa mu no se wabubo ekwan ni bidin or say baby etise Achimota Pokua say Legon Madina highways Weja Kaswa highways ni nyina an overgrown central reservation overgrown hard shoulder and in other aspects kwasade non-lighting so at the account inti yanko na yene ugusutie neat 100.9 yene engineer Abdullah Mahama and so enkotwetwen enkomo enkra assalamu alaikum engineer
alaikum salam ADAKABRI 1
engineer na what you saying
me honye
aden na kra na honye wa kwa akoye ufri juma abasisi at me honye
ma me breaking news in ma osisi a
right
and June 3rd exactly 7 years near me ma discuss program as but who listeners or mutie pa
yes
me fi commercial bank I want sawam me call towards Adwejiri me come on here lorry station in 2016
on the right
the new thank you very much me bu Corbett na over enter lorry station na me bu ni na say so be 1.2 or 1.5 meter bigger Corbett which on the right on a filling station go filling station on map
I go no on man
I just got there right now the place has flooded only for me to see say the Corbett na channel water to about 50 meters to the density nipa boni fubi o ha all sit down o ha si see am no kasa we sit do almost overside flow level I be flow so I just got to the house I've changed myself I'm going there again. What kind of system do we have in this country? Today is exactly 7 years. And people are putting up buildings at the outlets of a culvert that's supposed to carry the water to the Donsu, and the filling station is flooding right now as I speak with you. Are we serious in this country?
And then we have the assembly in tow.
I just spoke to assembly. I just spoke to the engineer. I just spoke to the coordinating director. I just spoke to the NADMO officer. I even spoke to the MPP general secretary that they should meet me there right now. And the water is flooding. People, the women are selling bread in the water. The water is reversing towards the filling station. That's a going filling station, a famous going again. Going in Accra, going in Sawam. Are we serious? The president has given a directive. If you what I said last week, I said the president directive is needless because it's all part of their laws already. The assembly has a law, and this is happening under their nose, just under their nose.
Okay, my intibi Emma a tear for 1 year omnium sawam, 1 year omnium baby a walking, and Cassa. A year engineer Abdullah Mahame, Ghana, Yaquine, be brave, so no, or no, Unimu be and a year Saquine. Na Udru a year and swim a year Dubru, not just say what one son of a bypass, no, so no penny faso towards the swim medium security prisons. Into no offro prisons, so Prince Boateng wo bunkum so na fe wakwa kusane into usane ye no ano girl bi wo left honum girl no one nsuom municipal police command and a share road ansa na watwa so na commercial bank no so at the tip of ebepo so and also right na fe usane free commercial bank also so railway crossing in another station so right ho and it's a warehouse be and or railway station in Chen. Now, na just about 50 meters away, you know, and Densu river, so all cross one swim. In fact, bridge now, some Densu no so 1979, the Ghanaian vice president, or engineer Jody Graf Johnson, or no one can send the designs our bridge, you know, Dr. Hilal Imam, a share, ye this our bridge in the Tosu. Now, we design bridge in the Tosu because the Densu overflowed its banks and can't mean Kumasi and I can't mean free Kumasi mankind.
Thank you.
And then a man necessary says Swedro contractors Owura Siama or ye kwan no wie ye no na wo say Jody Grab Johnson the late Nana Benyin or hwe no yes akwa ho asem and engineer Mahama say obi ablock the flow of water into the denso no a che say ama flood na ba ho a the near braba fia besesan ho a share the krokro Wellington boots etimi a share ne naps or the knapsack abonachi a was sign akọ asem a ye ken this has come about because of what engineer
and discipline and the assembly's recklessness of overlooking their responsibility. And I may cut me on my lawyer, about a person like me. I am taking this country and taking this country on. I will start with this wrong. A friend made me to come and see you right in the corner where you are. A lot of indiscipline which is being overlooked by the assembly has to go to a halt. And if the assembly is not working, that's when individuals can take over the country and mess up.
Into the Osha, Adia Akosono, a land use, a assembly Najuma, and permission to build no so no, a year assembly no a be granted under administrative law. Na
exactly. The Land Use and Special Planning Act of 2016 at 925.
I will phone him into my mentality because I cannot ask him here. If you can get close to a year phone engineer Mahama.
Okay, Masi.
Yes,
okay.
I pay the tip papa.
Right. We see the Land Use and Special Planning Act at 2005 at 926. Clause 113. A person shall not undertake any physical development of land within the jurisdiction. Just 1 second. 1 second.
A
person shall not undertake any physical development of land within a district unless that person has been issued with a permit by the district assembly within the jurisdiction in which his land is situated. 113. Land Use and Special Planning Act at 2006 at 925 cross 113. That is what is explicitly stated there. So, because government, and I say, people will say, if the individual is allowed not to follow the law now, then the law itself gave a cure. So, whatever the president said last week, he said, when the people should start to demolish buildings on the waterway, let me give you the same clause in the same act, 925, amendment 2016. Or say, that's law 121. Or say, an unauthorized officer may, without notice, effect or carry out instant prohibition, abatement, alteration, removal, or demolition of an unauthorized structure if that breach is creating an environmental nuisance as defined in an enactment related to the environment or interferes with the use of the public space or the right of speech. What do you expect the government to come and tell you again? You expect the president to tell you to use your own act? That's why you are working as assembly? We need to sack these MMDCs and then the technocrats who refuse to act by the law. The reason why they are the assembly. As a technocrat, when you are the assembly, that is your core mandate. If any political person interferes, find a media house and let them know. Under the screen say, you are doing a lot of work, but you are being stampeded. Then this country can go for. Otherwise, the politicians are aware. They will come and speak so nicely on the radio. But when their cronies come to the assembly and they want to take a particular point of land, some of the land, the engineers try to fight to do the right thing. They are put aside. And it happens everywhere in this country. Now, just one of them. The National Building Regulation, LI 1630, Regulation 13 clause 2. Okay. No site, after liable to flooding shall be built upon without adequate provision for flood control. What are we discussing on TV today? What are we discussing on radio today? Clause 1, that's Regulation 13, Clause 2. No site liable to flooding shall be built upon unless there is adequate flood control measures. Now you see, the president, a dual draws on I don't catch technocrat, and people have put at the assembly to work. Say, wake up, and you are sleeping. I will not embarrass us, the technocrats and the politicians in the country or administrative heads in the assembly. I will not embarrass ourselves.
So, what do you propose we do?
The government should walk the talk. The government is the one who appoints. The local government, who have their act at 936, also are those who are appointing engineers to the assembly. And they have to have watchdogs. Now the media is so open. When somebody goes to some place and he put information, videos, and pictures, how long would it take the local government ministry to cross-check and at least query its officers and let them act well? I always say, you and I can make the campaign and advocacy as long as you can do it with our strength. But the law does not give us any power to carry the inside prohibition or the abatement or the alteration or the demolition. The assembly has that power.
Now, initial contacts now we initial inquiries now responses to be free mobile.
I have been on this issue for more than 6 months. In fact, when the place was even cordoned off, almost broken. Also, be our own issue. As I'm just talking to you, because before your brother will come on air and make a narration of a story, or even on the media space on his Twitter handle or on Facebook, now we say my extensive, so that I will not look foolish when somebody should ask me a question about it. I just called the engineer at the assembly. He's coming to the site right away. I've called the coordinating director. He's on his way to travel. I've called the national coordinator. He's not in town. And I've called those who matter, and I'm meeting them there. Because this thing cannot happen again on the same June 3rd. Same going filling station, same type, same reverse water. What's happening? Are they getting blind? Are they not seeing that it's obvious that something will happen? I'm sorry for your listeners. I'm not in my right frame of senses.
Just flooding as a perennial issue again, and baby. Now I have received 2 videos, and also flooding. Me offer Sima Jerry, I send me back on of Anko at the Bataifa Junction. Dompine, so I send me back on from the also Malam Hase and also Odifria or the Ebaye. Na Obiba can say Germany a flooded, the UK a flooded, Europe a flooded. What is different from us?
There's something we call the retention period. It's Toa. You know, there 1 year design, you know, 25-year design, you know, 50 years design, or 10-year design. In the design of the drainage layout, you know, they anticipated there will be a timer. It will be to me at Toa. Thanks to you know, one in because it's ordinary. So those waters or floods will come, but how long will they be retained on the surfaces of the earth? What's the retention period for percolation into the soil? You understand? So if they come at that without inundating, when they inundate the surface of the earth, we make sure that there are no casualties or they are the best minimum. Secondly, these casualties, this water should be able to find itself into the channels that have been created for them without bottlenecks. In the event that when they overflow now, the green grass, the landscape will be able to absorb the rest, so that the retention there is only tunnel. There's no filter. It's only fish over any filter. But the soil has pores. It will took any like there are holes in the soil. Clay doesn't have any pores, so there's no good clay. So I think a chance to perform. But in the gravel area, the extent of percolation is always high. It's only performing them. That's why I'm saying the same assemblies now more Ghana honey now. If you start to come and enact amend their bylaws, to say, oh, be able to win for concrete, ain't going to feel any payment, any town. And go out now because you have a beautiful house or you have so much money that you want to concrete or level your whole compound. Yes, sir. The law. So if their laws are not given enough, they should go and amend the laws so that every community in Ghana will not pay the whole compound because of beautification. at the detriment of people's lives. ADAKABRI, I want your viewers or your listeners to take my Twitter handle because I'm going to video live from that side and show it and put on my Twitter for this, so that some of these things must stop and have to stop from now.
Right. And in the circumstance, no, Mejao, Nanka, and Komam no be no. Because I said, you're not disciplined, or dear bear who was at their home. In today's edition of Graphic, what the 2 photographs and or the ABBA. Na what caption story? Who maintains our medians? Na what share arterial roads? Na central reservation no. Emu fu akura ma chese enua kura esisi bi mu. Na hash road esnibi and a graphic ibusa say whose duty is it to maintain the lawns and mow the grass?
Yes, sir. And then come drive on me check me drive on there no ko be kasa mami. I say we me na adenta pantan. O show no ma na o tu se gutuma chi nkusi na wo lawn no them from Pantan Junction to Adenta barrier in the center of Accra. Now a full more than 1.something meters high. But fortunately, this week, Oma do honey na that session. But upi Adenta Edeba towards Medina. Isimusa. I think say your Ghana Highway Authority and Department of Urban Roads. Omo local almost tap on Patesa. Omo engage omo radically to get this carry out this meeting. But come the prisoners were involved from the Pantan State to the attempt. And so they are the ones supposed to do without some sort of the staff contractors. But I'm sure even when some not being paid on time, and also not possible because they are not paid. And so they don't know or the car or maybe 9 in the car. It becomes incentive for them to continue to do the weeding. But that's the job which are a standard Ghana Highway. And then on the type of group, if you look at Ghana Highway, they have their that's what I've been doing weeding of the if you force on also on the weeding, it's not just that splitting. It's well called on the local and the Ghana and then the Department of.
Oh, quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Yeah, Lusu engineer Abdullah Muhammad. But then, young recap ni earlier forceful statements are FR and engineer.
Yes, sir.
Right, I said now you Lusu up. Now Gusu which mu FR today's edition of Graphic central reservations FFO and the shoulders of the road FFO.
Yeah, so I said the reservation, if you fall under the final, they have subcontractors or local contractors to carry out the weeding of the beauty and then the outer shoulders. If you fall under the Ghana and then authorities, they also have contractors who the weed Santa Committee that the event I showed so intimate they come with that and they come with those deals to make sure that the water will run into things. But the set of million it has a safety reason so that the open door character it always head on condition. That's why there's no way head on a door like this. So the median the concern with land, which are from Pantanja, and the could be a barrier to separate the road because you are constrained with a lot of land. In the event where you have the land that government, the government to put the land into the median so that in the event of some expansion, they can expand the median of the currency.
Now, say. Central reservations ni show the scene na ye jana mana say na. Drew said lighting so poor lighting and just a light no kura so any ho no mo a abebu sase ye ye ho den
Light many pin one for only I mean you don't want I said of course it the lighting on the high or in the we do it not to fun I take you but don't like light for positive light or and I say maybe don't know I said we are set to ownership that's been a time one of that say a car not in charge. It's in the middle for the what do we know? In charge. So government has a duty to know who wants to when this it's just something easy it's a close possibility. So because one I think one of the I saw man who but his car was in some of the station and the police would train it. And there was none response. So the man he left because nobody is responsible. There's a hand jurisdiction. I said this who is now I mean should be who is responsible for all the high lights or all the splits in that country. Being is a local or what? That country does not do that. It's in there's like it's haphazard. But if you see your life, that's what every year you just feed we know that percentage be as part of your ECG. That's unfortunate.
right yenyao na udru nso so a bibia yi amase etime support no mama sonte
and Facebook and I'm meeting engineers at the same place at this location.
Okay.
How to help our country to develop and the mission with us out of the system and some of us rest and some of this done. And I come in a lawyer change. I need a lawyer who is more dedicated to the development and we can make some examples.
Okay. Very much. Right. Thank you. Engineer Abdullah Mahama and onon so yani na di nkomo yi baby a ensuo tene ekokobo densumu na ono a no supervising engineer wo hwe me ye coveta eko densu no mo no enne ne re na aho se yetimi a block sa covet na si dan de esi wo yabrobro nsam so ene nti ubetimi ne yatwetwe nkomo ebebie phone line de ama ho na won susu ye de a won nsam a yabro so no yaka covet yi hu nsam ye central reservation ne side routes no any shoulders no afufuo yaka ho no masem just a picture that graphic anim wukọ ofanko aso de Bataifa junction insu ato a flood na ho pictures no Facebook live and also so no abra freeman in the team enya pictures no frame of Asema Jerry ho so e de atoso Tom Pino eso de bi susu free Milam Gravel Junction enso de buy in flooding and one Asema ye kan engineer mama kan bi na Mark Jerry so de bi aba na Tom Pino susu de bi aba nti okay nti Tom Pino de no and ready the pictures may be on Facebook live yeah baby just flooding akoso ana egusu a yiti anyasem kuma ana mesoso the baby phone line amount in minutes na what me ahwe said and ensuo yi atoka kra bi pe na asemaba so ntoka kra bi pe na asemaba ejese nsuo no etwifa so saa nsuo no twifa so saa enti gusue na yemie phone line no na nsema ya brobro so no osunsusu edie bi so ho no mo a na osusu watimi ede abrain wefre 03 02 24 35 40 03 02 243540 and answer 03 02 25 79 02 03 02 25 79 02. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Papa. You are home today.
Nyamia do Malankashi, who ye?
Papa, my name is Donna Forty, Donna for Donna for Allah. Go for the people, cash for the boys. No, but 3 minutes. What can I get here?
And who ye, Papa.
Yamish, yeah, Papa, yeah. I need to do my thing. Thank you, and I don't talk to me. One day, to one part to challenge. A car at something now, Papa, of course, Papa, and you use come up and tomorrow. And really, so that Ghana voting about the big Numa and the Fiduma when you're behind to come up and tomorrow. Now, listen, I mean, Shama, honorable of Baka, I did Boniface, Anna, I am Nabi, in a mission. No, Abba. Who share Friday and summer airport? Alado, a free to baby, a few more that war ban. Now, you should acquire and ask for what the President Kuporo or Yan has soon baby, but a fletcher and the Quadrant living on and so far, now, Friday, but finally, the 2 answers now. My family, I let honorable repented, I'm not going to do. And the men now, my family, are harmful. Or Mucho, when child, not a planner, DSL, or Muncha, and not my also so I Tantra, my cousin pastor, when they Tantra, airport. And so not trouble good one. A papa. If you're now for nothing and I can tell you, only you watch and Mamma and son of a former. And so it's now, I'm not going to papa, and let's learn down of work. Young man, the one chat, no, then I'll fall into my cancer. My mission,
K 0302 243540. Good afternoon. And you just one.
That's it. If it's not and then I want now, just 50 kilometers. Now, 1 hour. I thought I'd be a campaign back. Stop. A kind of maybe a month of women about you, and then that is right. Try is right. One of time of but a pine of ADAKABRI. But you're not 7 minutes of fruits. Okay, and I'm also trying to Germany to appear anything. That I don't want to, but I can be sent to actually say, look at it. What the other half will not share the 2 sugar. Class, I say, one can be here. So, now my class, look at the if you are 7 minutes, I will find my. Now, I have no people say, you run, we are not. Young flyers see a plan. Now, you want more cassa, you know. Yes, you have not one TV. Now, you declare power as the Macuna for 4 years. I bet you may see the material. But this is a customer to us. But also, also, Alan, like a shipper, Mona TV, and then you organize a regional youth organizer, ultimately,
Zero 0302 243540. Good afternoon. What's your first saying?
Yes, sir. Why do you want to
Binti way.
and make the way free search. Dr. Bamyadita,
Michian papa. I just been Tim in coming to my son. Yes, to come. So many yeah. You mean, I Ghana. If you want to know what I mean, you want to know what I mean, man. With the because Casson is petit à sa conso. On velia. And so petit à Kaby. Now, why am I? About Madame Johnson. And Daisy, trust us. Trust in summer. Who's engineer Yauka? Who said Ghana? Yale, Kaby Yale. Listen, I got to talk Yale. Insisting now Yale. After the match, and then I'm running Yajuma. And I said, I was up my face. Then I feel for me, engineer for me, I did it, and no more shooting now, and now I Yale. Moment, who are not many, yes, I am who are. I am not a Yajuma. My engineer, so what is 2030? What am I? Yes, as you can do that for Abatona. I want to sit down. I scoff on for you, and yes, flu. I scoff on Kuya. The master gonna be. Now I'm running a Juma. Now I want to learn to star. Yeah, American I did too. But now I want to yourself. I know. I want to know external. And yet, so put a crabia. Now, so you never been far. Mestre, pa. Before bra, yeah. What I do? Before now, beg your gutter. If I can it's all good dancing. Now, so you find conform a better. I beg you get gutter. If I can't, it's your young to. And got from the den, I'm here. And this is by then, I'm here. The mama back then, oh yeah, I come to tell me to you fine. Pay off our Mestre, Nana do Damba, a Cubado. How much I say? Engineers, Sofono, and I don't know. If I have no much number, Yajima. Rest of women, Yajima. Rest of no, Messer, and all my rest of it. Yajima, that's a hard to do. Every match I want to do. But that's it.
Yes, so yet that was say. Na nipa or good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
At your first saying. Abdurrahman, me and you.
What for the patrol Ghana for a day yet you will say. In case I see you come to me, I Sabi. We said, you know, my TV and yet, but we get just we go to now, we get the end yet. Now, how will we are to the big? It's here, I was saying, I get the again yet you will say. It's here, really, from my police or my police to be over to be message you on from the way. What me call Jordan Waller could be a power breaking movie of myself for 1 year.
Okay. Go Badu.
Mamudu.
And I want to say.
Nehobianke, Nakadiaka.
In Tiwe.
Mamudu Moni, your interview me, no away manager. Ubibo Hene, Openia, or friend.
I go back, man.
That's right. Mamudu, yes, simple. Maybe I may say, Kiki. Yeah, or had no home, because Mr. Minia make two for. May say how a new baby I will be a baby. And Timothy will not tre. No, Sabe, I can't pray. And you know what the Yana or the question. Now, dear, a kakra, a final play. We are just in a mechanical game say. A Basabani Koto, His Excellency at the Danko Kupado, or better. Do something, what about the Ambu? And you won't be so, won't be a yappy, and Yabotre, Yenina, you go back. Yet the Ghana, the whole come home, the entry, go back for Petuma, the Basse, Wono, when you will depart into your one who be, where would you say, would you be near dia? Now, come home from beginning, ya Papoto, walk on the Apoto Mafi. We are catching us which resort to Bumwa. What be a line, a back draw straight. A back draw, and Kinyaki also, and Nano, will be a Hano, Yasika, and Fimu today. I would try and do 1 year teach the Bumwa. What be a cafe? No, she has somewhere in the ADAKABRI, and the French never, and a Ghanaian attitude.
Right. Okay, good. Enti Kobi, Kobi.
Maybe I miss the Wadawoma.
Oh, ready.
It's in Shuno. One more came, one by Yano, a China Wobate, and a Ghanaian attitude, yes, a Sabola Kukushu, Missing Yano Crack. America were bad. They were bad attitude. German were bad attitude. Bad attitude. The only difference is the law works. The Mamra and the Juma. Messi attempted something, and in Medina, and I would open him maybe our bundle. Both assembly, they don't have bad. They are from this before. And year on this year, you never see near more one year.
Kofi says, Kofi, my Yama update, once a night, your engineer Mohammed Dinkomo, FR and Swim is now we confirm, say, assembly, no. Engineer number hold mama omo a halt a humano senipa krono ye mano and twaso but as to whether be demolition you see dear children ye sure say be demolition
you good so siaka his excellency adudanko kukwado waka see muda me president will be good jail na me kwa dem atenta bia me no ka what guy am I engineer or pension? What sign a man of permit, Mr. Corner was one sign. What pension or what sign a man of ADAKABRI? What the I don't see the NCC, the pension was Okoya. No, I sign not a Buddha and I have one man permit. What you say? It's ADAKABRI assembly.
Okay, right. It's a Kofi Bedu and on also so no ordinary Ediaba. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
At your first saying.
What's your family Gaskia? The Renabon and Sefavimco.
Gaskia Rico.
You.
I mean you.
I did about I am your panze. Company and I'll do. And I do. I am the hands myself, my Kumuno. And so I get you up. That's my NDC. NDC by a do not buy. What is the winning of the Mahama said, your mamma, this is one of Sabi, you saw one key, the TC to do like you. It is one bar, that's a one number. One is that is one more, one of us or my gun, I won't attend. And none of them what's it or conform I still be, I'm a favorite about so the bar, every just can do. Who was that one for the say? No one for us, and catch it. I got to say. I'm going to and then couldn't open this schedule. Because I'm not going to schedule. Nothing about my people come to me with that. Who couldn't be not going to come in with the idea. And it's a member from my language. And you are conform. What's your name? Here? The moment of us, we have a going. One man lie. Don't fuck Anamla. Don't find him, I'm not a maniscano. It is a number of the police. I'm never a chip of India. I don't conform in movie. Because I know where the let me think as I may call Kumi Banana, I can about the limit you know. I'm funny with your my dear. And if a fan can get your bogano, don't find a bamba, no family schedule. And it's all good, dear. Over conformity. Muncho conform one Casa. I can't be massa.
Yes, yeah, there was a pa. Right. Yes, go back to a year and some municipality. Now, a certified engineer, Abdullah Mahama, or my earlier narrative say yeah and someone lorry park edi ko din su no hono no obi etimi esi edan na osi edan edi ablock pathway na ensu no de ko din su no wakwa akoduru hono and yam find out in temporary decision assembly no atake engineer ye de wasese yesa kan bi o
me de wase wonya automatic matolans bi o me be ma that na ni stop bi.
Right, who go do what to saying?
Me, I wanted to assemble engineers, no more assembly. The engineer himself was there, the NADMO reps were there, some other officers on assembly were there. If you are concerned to honor, you will say, I'm concrete, I won't stream. But I know there was a building there, I'm demolish here. The all the debris and then some of the concrete, you know. I was just the discharge point of the culvert, you know. I want to come and see half or so okay. But I told them that is not the case. I mean, in fact, the developer. I'm told there are more documents, but the documents they don't permit them all. As a more tricky permit in the Casa. So they have corded off the whole area immediately. And I've asked them, say, before any work will be done, then it has to go back to the assembly, and then whatever decision the assembly takes in terms of modification and alteration will be done by Monday. So for now, I've asked them to stop the work. They have called the whole place. And then the direction of my what they call it, discharge point, what 10 discharge point, it will retard the water's speed. So all that has been told to the people who are there that on Monday, but now they will start with the desilting of the outlet immediately. Now the assembly picks up from there on Monday, God willing. But whatever I keep for, it has been achieved immediately.
In the physical development department, at yes, say you be review a permit,
Yes, with the channel of the water, because it's just about 60 years to the days.
Let us away at a Sweden Susubemani Musuano. Not the same person who says I catch they say government emramesh emagino.
Ordinarily, the shoe said this was exercise. And can father being being constructed just about 10 meters away. I mean, who dare cost? And I mean, who dare cost?
Because once a densuna name, once a yana wababa na name, once on approach from Adwajiru Krana, once one wababa mu cop more.
Oh, and that same thing so what and the service from Sawam, Dubro, Media, Hebron, Ahunjo, others of so part of teacher Mante. Eba we do Tele satellite. Eba we do Agbon number 1, number 2, Amasaman. Was in 2015-16. There was a Danish loan about 11.7 million euros. Almost the expansion and a new pipe lay over 300 meter diameter pipe right from Sawam. Eba we do somewhere in Amasaman. I don't know that it has been continued, but it was a very massive expansion in 2015, 2014, and 2016 by a Danish, I think a Danish loan bill with the grant. I don't know, but I remember it was done to provide finance by the Danish community.
I just said, Densu ya so Anna Obedrun class so yes, I quality Edema Accra East Funyina na I feel what was at the Echemu Ako wage a day. I feel the Aquaco bo a Pudumu Shama. It is Densu ni any dia grossano. Yo, Akadako as one to be Becassa, any evidence in your. That's a part. Engineer, I mean, I draw the best find it out whether indeed assembly no or my boss who and answer more what is right. Why?
Okay, and Mr. You say, Yejuma, minimum Yejuma boom.
Right.
Yeah, have the passion to help the people in this country without any directive from the government who can still work.
Right. Are public spirited initiatives of the sort, no? If it's an or my airpet, you be say you man, why? Right. Engineer Mahama and or say and no assembly no as a temporary or more at me ama yet stop work. Aqua could see 1 year or mugu concrete in Suhimu say AC than less than 50 meters away from the banks of River Densu na a block channel no a free and some a year and some lorry park at the airco Densunum. It after so no permission na de ma omo behwe na yet me I review a year permission na de ma omo no in line with existing rules e wo hodoma omo de be ye adwuma sabre we say there ye de besia na ye fiada nti ayo ngbobo boso me ne de atoso me nsa na ye hye no so enkran de nsu to kakra bi a so enante basa unless it is absolutely necessary say we be sia bontene akoy bibi fa ba bi efomo ye yemre ene ba bi wo drains bi wo wa supposedly nanka wo se kata so eso enkofo so be yi na de ne de ko me so nsu no to sia hwefom yi ena wankwa nkotia drain bi a eye uncovered na antwe wankwa nkohyem ehia mapa so be hwe ho yi nkran nsu to sia ha adwene enti adwumadi de besia sei na ye from ADAKABRI Mudu osioma me na adwumadi mi din ho chia me manti eye panyini kwadwo da me ado as usual na de mi si abontene na me wafa se ma Jerry obuchidom edi videos of aye fanko de batai fa nyina flooded areas no ode eba na na kwe free ye nso na ebo service mrantie yi na afi nso so no abra frema bankro ya beba panyini asisiri wabata ho ono nso so ne me wafa se me bai na ya osafo na wo mo so atimi ahwe ama aye social media handles ahodo videos eba nyina amatimi campaign so yeda nase na fe so yetimi asade aseda de ama engineering group no ye na fie yi de Olakwaku Michael da bia o de biba Olakwaku Michael da bia o de biba gusuneti neat 100.9 FM no de yebekọ fie no de yebekọ jojo